Morning, we are changing the battery out on the 2015 Ford Transit Connect van. Looks like the battery was last replaced in 2019. You can see the bat date here. A little process to get to the battery. We have to remove all of this, and we have to remove the battery separator. And then we should be able to get that battery out of there and replace it. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we are going to disconnect the line from the air breather. We're going to go ahead and pull it completely off there. And the reason we're doing that is when we move the breather box, we don't want to damage anything going to here. We have some vacuum lines going here. We have some rubber that could be dry rotted. So it's important to separate that first. Okay, now we're going to remove the breather box. First thing we're going to do is we're going to undo this clip here and pull it back. As we do, we push down on the edge and pull backwards, and that clip comes completely out of there, and we can just set it aside for now. Now, as you see, there's a couple clips right here. One here, you kind of reach back. There's one right back here. We undo those clips. To get this box out of here, slide it this way, and these back clips will come out. And now the whole breather box can get set aside. Now we remove the cover from the battery and set it aside. As you can see, the battery in here sits way back in there. You can't even see the negative. Negative terminal and jump point for it sits right here. Normally, we would always take the negative off first. In this case, we're going to take the positive cable off. Okay, with our 10mm socket, we've loosened the terminal for the positive cable. And let's go ahead and get it off there. Now it is off there and out of the way. Now we do have a memory saver unit hooked up to this vehicle. So to protect that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this terminal inside a glove. With my positive terminal protected from any chance of arcing, now it's time to remove the battery separator box. First, we have to release this cable because the box will never lift up. There's a few clips here that have to come off, and this is my tool of choice for it. Basically what I do is get right behind, pull out, and those clips pop out. So I got behind, I pulled out, and it popped right out. Again, come over here, get behind, and the clip pops right out. And there's one more down here to do. Let's get to it. And with that cable is free. And now we can remove the battery divider or separator box. To remove this box, we just pull up on the corners here where it's lifted together on each side and push away from the box, and that will separate it and move it. Now, as we can lay this back, the box back out of our way, making sure that our terminal is always covered and kept away from anything metal. Now we can have access to get that battery out of there. I like to use a little bungee cord to hold all that out of my way. So in this case, I went around the metal frame here, came up, and just attached it to both points here. That keeps all that secure, snug, out of my way, and I don't have to fight with it to get that battery out. Next thing is, you look under here, the bracket back here, there's two 10mm bolts that have to come out. One on each side, then the tie down bracket will come up. You can move this battery forward and access the negative terminal at that point. Let's get that done. Okay, with the two 10mm nuts out, we can now lift off the battery tie down bracket, and and set it aside. The negative cable has enough slack that you're actually able to lift this battery out of here, and now you can access the negative to be able to disconnect it. All right, with the old battery completely removed, there's a lot of sand and junk in here. I'm going to take the time to clean this out real good, because there's no point in putting a clean battery in a dirty battery box. Once that's done, you're ready to put the new battery in. Always take the time to wire brush the terminals, clean them off, clean any corrosion, especially on the inside where it makes contact with the battery. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, now we've got our AAA premium car battery in place and ready to slide in there. We've cleaned off the terminal connectors with a wire brush and made sure. Of course, if there's heavy corrosion on there, you always want to clean it with a terminal cleaner spray. Now we're going to get this battery slid back in place and get it connected. I got the battery in place. I have the divider box put back together here. All I need to do is put my wires back on, and these generally go right back in pretty easily. There's one. Move the stuff out of the way where you can see there. Come on, number two. There's two. And we go down here and we get number three. And those are all back in place. Now, we're going to go ahead and release our positive cable here and clean it with a wire brush. Next, we connect and tighten our positive terminal. We reached back in here and we connected our negative cable. Now we push the battery back to where it goes. Line it up, and now we set our hold down bracket back on. Okay, we have our tie down bracket back on. Going anywhere, we are good to go to get the rest of it put back together. Okay, so we reconnected all this. We reconnected all that. Got the breather box locked in, got the clips back on. Fired the vehicle up, did a final system test, running good. That's how you change the battery in a Ford Transit Connect van.